Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the December 1st meeting of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee. Hard to believe that December is already here. It's now 3 o'clock, and we'll get our meeting underway. And we will now proceed with the opening Indigenous Land Acknowledgement Statement.
We begin this meeting by acknowledging that Quinte West is on Indigenous land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples from the beginning. We thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Long before today, there have been Indigenous peoples who have been the stewards of this place. In particular, we acknowledge the traditional territories of the Anishinaabeg, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte First Nation. This territory is covered by numerous treaties. We recognize and deeply appreciate their historic connection to this place. We also recognize the contribution of the Métis, Inuit, and other Indigenous peoples have made, both in shaping and strengthening this community in particular, and our province and country as a whole. This acknowledgement serves as recognition of the contributions and historical significance of Indigenous peoples across Turtle Island and demonstrates our collective commitment to meet the promises and address the challenges of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission within our community.
Sorry, Samara Gauthier, one of our newest members, was supposed to be online. Has she? Perfect, thank you.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Samara.
Hi.
Just disclosures, anyone to reporting disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing there are none. Moving forward, approval of the agenda. The agenda for the December 1st, 2025 Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee. The resolution that the agenda for the December 1st, 2025 Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee meeting be approved. May I have a motion? Brandy, Member Brown. Second, please. Councillor Sharp. All in favor? Carried. Next is the approval of the minutes. Minutes of the June 2nd, 2025 Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee meeting. The resolution being that the minutes of the June 2nd, 2025 Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee meeting be approved. Someone to motion, put a motion forward, please. Member Mundy, second, please. Member Brown, all in favor? Carried. None on the list so far, but any delegations or presentations from the public? Seeing that there are none. Public input? Seeing there are none. Moving next. Correspondence? None updated since the distribution of the agenda. Next, items for the committee's consideration. Update from the subcommittee regarding proclamation requests for 2026. Member Brown, would you like to start on that?
Thank you. Chantel, Fraser, and myself, we did get together, was that September? I think it was in September, and we did come up with a lengthy list of proclamations as per discussion previously, looking to build a spreadsheet that can just be then carried forward year to year to year, so that we don't have to keep doing the proclamations if it's the same. So we did put a big list together with the help of Chantel's assistant, and then we, upon reviewing that list today, have discovered that we missed a couple that we did talk about in September, so there is going to be an appendix that is added to the initial spreadsheet to add those 3 proclamations that were missed in the spreadsheet. So we've submitted the spreadsheet that went out with the agenda for the committee to review. And I guess we're just looking for feedback if, there's anything that you would like to see not on that list, or if you think there's something that we've missed.
Councillor Sharp?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I first of all was totally, really impressed with the number of proclamations that and considerations in our community and all the various agencies and organizations. I thought it was really thorough, and I'm surprised that 3 were missed. I'm sure, and there may be others come as we go forward. But I just thought it was really very well done, and thank you to Brandy and Chantal for the work in September. My question, just to be clear, then, is these proclamations, would this, if we approve, will go directly to the clerk, and they in turn would just put these forward for council consideration as per that schedule? Just a question. Thank you.
That's our understanding based on previous conversations, but maybe we don't have that right either. But that was our understanding, was that it would just kind of get grandfathered in if it gets approved. And then, of course, obviously, other proclamations will filter in from the community, or we may decide to add some at any time.
Thank you, Brandy. Member Brandy.
One of the questions I had in regards to it, I understand we'll have to eventually have a motion once discussion is over for it to be submitted to staff for further processing for approval of council, is that I would still like to encourage the public very much to be submitting in regards to the grandfathered in for many years. I understand that. My concern is that I can't imagine that the dates will be changed, but it's going to be a matter of staff reviewing those these dates in the grandfather document, if that's how council wishes to proceed moving forward, that these dates are still accurate, so that in case World Mental Health Day changes from October 10th to October 12th, that would need to be done on an annual basis just to ensure that those dates don't change. I would also like to see that if someone actually submits in, and perhaps one of these dates is personal to them as opposed to a encompassing and inclusive, which is what our whole committee is about, I would like to see that member of the public, if their submission duplicates one of ours, that theirs is the submission that's put forward, to encourage more people to come in and continue submitting, because there are submissions received not to this extent in regards to World Humanitarian Day or to International Day of the Deaf, but I would like to see that theirs are trump our generic all-encompassing list. The colors, just curious, how did you come up with the colors for the
World Wide Web?
Is there any further discussion in regards to the extensive work? And thank you very much, ladies, much appreciated, because we've discussed this from one of the first few meetings when this committee was initiated and came together, that we adopt something similar like this, and we will certainly strongly recommend to council that they do adopt something like this that would certainly assist with acknowledging all special days. If there's nothing further from the committee, may I have someone move?
Oh, Isaac's waving.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Can I just ask a question?
Absolutely.
Brandy, were you asking if there were any additional suggestions from the committee right now, or I hadn't quite understood at the beginning if you were looking for further input on the document before it gets passed.
Yeah, we are looking for anything that we may have missed for sure.
Okay, yeah. I had just been wondering about Transgender Day of Remembrance as if we would want to have that day as well on the list.
Absolutely.
I think it's the same. I noticed that World Children's Day is there for November 20th, and I think it's normally November 20th.
Okay, we're gonna add it.
Awesome.
Councillor Sharp?
Thank you, Chair Wanamaker. I just wanted to also add to your comments. I like that in terms of as the year goes on, there'll be other individuals and agencies that want to add to the calendar, but also make it maybe in a more personalized nature or a particular recognition they want to express. And I really like your comments, Heather, with regard to that. I also wanted to comment that Wednesday, we are having accessibility awards on this Wednesday. Accessibility, I think it's National Accessibility Day. I could be incorrect in the particular recognition of that, but we will be recognizing individuals and agencies that have contributed strongly in our community for accessibility opportunity. So that will definitely be recognized as one of our equity, diversity, and inclusion events. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Sharp. I believe that's one of the amendments, or is it that's already on?
It's not, it should be in there.
Chantal, would you mind just reading the additions that you have, the 3 additions, in addition to Councillor Monday's just for review to the existing 33?
Certainly. Excuse me. International Day for Accessibility is on the list right now. The 3 we forgot is February being Black History Month. The last week in May, starting in the last Sunday, is National Accessibility Week. So for next year, that's May 31st to April 6th. And June is also National Indigenous History Month. It's Pride and National Indigenous History Month.
Sorry, just for clarification, the national accessibility, you said May 31st to April 5th? Did you mean June 5th?
Sorry, June 6th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I meant to say that. That's not what I typed, but yeah.
Through to Director Grimmin, when would the next date, if there was something that someone just randomly thought of within the next couple of days, and once the motion is passed to proceed to give this to staff, how many days out would there be? Could we always send an amendment to council with the addition of a couple of days?
Through the chair. So essentially, the committee today would be approving the list that's been provided for 2026 with any amendments as we've discussed today. If there's future amendments, I think we can continue just to deal with those as one-offs, but this will kind of set the calendar for 2026. It also certainly doesn't preclude members of the public for bringing forward and continuing to bring forward their own requests, for the end of this year and into the new year as well. Just a note that upon approval today, the minutes will move forward to council for approval. And then upon approval, the individual days that are listed in the calendar would still be vetted against the proclamation policy, but staff can kind of do that behind the scenes.
Perfect, thank you. Is there any further discussion regarding this? Go ahead, Samara.
I'm not too familiar, which days that we're including, but I know that March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day, so I'm not sure if we want to include that in there.
That one will be added as well, because there's currently 2 on March 21st.
Mhm.
I'm not familiar with, how do you pronounce International Nowruz Day? Is that correct?
I don't know how, I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Being mindful of, there are probably people who do celebrate International Nowruz Day. Perhaps we might be able to pair that one off, since it's not a commonly known one, and replace that with International Down Syndrome Day. Like I said, all the other ones are more common, and certainly, but I'm thinking if that's okay with Member Brown and Member Fraser, for discussion further as well. So, any further discussion? Seeing that there is none, I ask for a motion to be put forward to submit the existing and to be modified and amended document with the proclamation request 2026 to put forward to staff to prepare for council's approval. May I have someone to move? Put a motion forward? Member Fraser, so moved. Second? Counselor, O'Neill, all in favor? Carried. And under new business, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our new members, Chantel Fraser, who sits up here with us, and Samara Gauthier, who I'm sure we'll see up here at some point in time over the next few months. Welcome. And Samara, if you'd just like to say a little bit and introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm Samara. I'm currently at school right now. I teach at St. Paul, so I had a meeting right after school, so I had to do it online today. But hopefully I'll be there soon. I'm the life skills teacher at St. Paul, so I thought this would be kind of a cool opportunity to join in with you guys and kind of connect what I do professionally and then also in the community. So thanks for having me.
Wonderful.
Welcome. Chantel Fraser.
Hello, Chantel here, military veteran turned entrepreneur 13 years ago. And with my company, Empowered Path Inc., I help organizations cultivate safe spaces so that they can keep their teams longer and ultimately save money in addition to having safer, connected workplaces. Thank you.
And welcome to you as well. We all appreciate both the time and your commitment to volunteering within the community and helping us move forward this inaugural committee and its agenda and items to carry on forward, not only within the city, but outreach to other outlying communities as well. A member motion that, or an interest, how do I say this? Sorry, a piece, and I told Director Grimman I would try and put this so I sounded a little bit more professional. Back in September, Director Grimman and I, along with Samantha Reed, who is the special projects coordinator here for the city, met in regards to discussion of not only of the calendar day of events, which is perfect, that's done already, so that's checked off our list. Cultural days in regards to a social media campaign regarding welcoming within the community. There have been several ideas brought forward, including sort of a welcome in different languages within the community. We don't often see, there's a huge cross-section of a very diverse community within Quinte West. And those who are new to our community, we'd like to welcome them to community. And through research and discussion with other municipalities, the director brought forward to our attention regarding a get involved, sort of a, like I said, a welcome campaign. And one of the ideas that she brought forward that another community does is having signs posted with welcome in different languages. So even though we all look different and speak different languages, it's more of a welcome to our community and an outreach to them. One of the things, other ideas, was perhaps down at the crosswalk on Dundas Street is to come up with a flag like we have up there, perhaps cost out a flag and have some type of welcome along that. But again, there are many other ideas that could come be brought forward in regards to a social media campaign, obviously assisted by Samantha as well as Director Grimmon's office. Just bringing that forward to a committee, and I know it's new and it's sort of a cold input, but any thoughts just off the top of anyone's head? Member Fraser?
I'm all for welcoming people in as many languages as we can in a way that's practical and affordable for the city as well, because signage is good, social media is good. Actually showing up for culture days and participating in culture days, I think speaks even more loudly than signs. So yes, I support the idea of signs, but I also support the idea of encouraging our committee and councillors and city officials to show up at culture days and events that are held locally.
Anyone else? Not something that needs to be addressed right now, but something to maybe put forward for another agenda, or if someone, now that the discussion has been initiated, maybe this would facilitate information to be sort of shared amongst, or hey, you know, an idea back and forth, and we can bring that forward for further discussion. Anything that I've maybe missed, Director Grimmon, or that you would like to add on to?
Through the chair, yeah, no, I think you've introduced the idea or concept. Yeah, the concept of a welcome campaign is typically to proactively foster environments where everybody feels included, safe, respected, valued. And some of the key objectives typically of welcome campaigns is to promote inclusivity, welcoming, belonging, raising awareness and education, amplifying diverse voices, but also I think we saw it as an opportunity to engage the community. So, you know, we are around the table here, and we certainly have a great representation of committee members and council members. But what we like to try and do with some of the city's engagement efforts are hear from the community. And I think we've got a lot of great channels that I think the campaign can not just be one way where we're communicating a message to the community, but we're also seeking input and hearing the stories of our community members and the diverse backgrounds that they come from. So if the committee is so desired, certainly the direction can be provided back to staff. We can kind of work in the background with a few of the committee members to develop the details of that campaign and then bring them back at a future meeting.
Councillor Sharp?
Madam Chair. Yes, I would be interested to Director Grimmon to have more details on this welcome campaign. What in terms of the scope of it, the cost of it, the intent of it, and it's always good to always welcome everyone. So I would look to future reports and thank the chair and director for the opportunity to share this concept with the committee. I do agree with committee member Chantal that we are attending events, the cultural opportunities that have been provided is really a message of welcoming as well. So those are my only thoughts. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Sharp. Go ahead, Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was at an event last week at the library, and the library hosts cooking classes or cooking events, and they're doing it for different cultures. And if someone wanted to talk to the CEO of the library, she's very willing to host cooking classes for different, like Jamaican foods or other foods, and have people come in and host those kind of parties. I thought it was very proactive.
And very unique as well. Very proactive and very unique as well. Absolutely, that is something to keep in mind. So then I would going to suggest, sorry, Councillor or Member Fraser, go ahead.
I was just thinking about timing, and since the citizenship ceremony in Quinte West is generally the week before July 1st, it would be really great if we could get that multilingual welcome signage in City Hall before the next citizenship ceremony. So if we can discuss it and move forward with it at our February meeting, that should give timing for the city staff to push it up to council and have it approved, et cetera.
Thank you for the notation on that. Is staff aware that we've been approved for citizenship presentation again this year?
Through the chair, I'd have to verify that with our mayor and CAO's office, because I know the Ministry of Immigration handles that and citizenship. So we're certainly happy to follow up and let the committee know.
Thank you. Then I would like to put a motion forward to submit to staff, that staff look into it further and report back in regards to details regarding specifics, perhaps costing as well, regarding the welcome campaign projected for the city of Quinte West. And may I have someone to second that, please? Councillor O'Neill, thank you. All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Any other new business that anyone would like to bring up? Councillor Sharp?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to acknowledge, since we've brought up the citizenship awards, which are very emotional and so important, I just want to advise the committee members and our new members that our chair, Heather Wanamaker, on behalf of this committee, has attended all of those, of which in the last 4 years, and since Ms. Wanamaker has been appointed as chair, she has represented this committee at those events. So just want to acknowledge Heather and advise the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other new business that we need to address? Anything that's popped up? Seeing that there is none, thank you to everyone for coming out. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy holiday season, and I appreciate all the work, including staff's direction. Sarah does a lot of work, Virginia does a lot of work, director, all the directors and such, in our audio tech, and I appreciate it, as does, I'm sure, the rest of the committee. So all of the best to you and your families from me and my family, and have a wonderful new year, and we'll see you at the next meeting. Anyone else? And if seeing that,
Cheers, everyone.
we'll make a motion to adjourn. If I can have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Member Brown, seconded by Member Monday. All in favor? Thank you. Meeting is adjourned at 3:29 p.m.